Hi, Sohini.
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Yeah.
Komal. Hope you can.
So, Sohini, I'll just move you to the room. You can just be waiting there and for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Soma.
Yeah, hi Sohini. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good.
Yeah,
Thanks for your time.
yeah.
How's your day?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It's still going also good. Let's see.
Okay. So recently, what things are you are working on?
Sorry?
Recently, what are the things you are working on?
Okay, so you mean to say in my current project and all, what are the things I'm working?
Yeah, anything in your current project or anything you are exploring, you are
Okay.
starting new.
Yeah, yeah. So the exploring part is I am exploring in more into DSA system designing these parts, uh,
Okay.
preparing myself for means I have got opportunity to in my current project to work on microservices where we have followed the event driven architecture.
Okay.
So to explore more on that part, I'm investing my time to more knowledge, gain knowledge in Kafka, then these things mainly I'm working. Also working in DSA, like I try to do practice one lead code. Means I have a target like 4 lead codes in a week, like that. So that part also I try to achieve. Uh, if there is not much work pressure. And apart from this development and this professional life, I am investing my time in badminton as well to
Okay.
play
Nice.
better. Yeah.
Okay. Good. So, do you have any editor in your system?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So maybe we can start with
Yeah,
small
yes, yes,
piece of
yes.
code, and then we can.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Let me know once you can see.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
the
know.
so the use case is basically, let's consider I have a restaurant, okay, and in that restaurant I have few items, maybe pizza, burger, or maybe A, B, C, D. Okay, I have four items A, B, C, D, and maybe A item gets sold off around 800 rupees. Yeah, item A sold maybe 800 rupees. Item B sold about maybe 1250 rupees, and item C may be sold about 500 rupees, and item D may be sold about um, some number, maybe 900 rupees. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So basically, I as an owner, I wanted to know what is my highest selling item for a particular day. So
Okay.
here if you see item B is my highest selling item. So that I wanted to know. So how I can do?
Okay. So highest selling item, right?
Yeah.
Or highest means highest price of which item is having the highest price. That you mean to say, or like highest number of selling item?
Yeah. So here I told you item B has been sold off about 1250 rupees, right? So
Yes.
1250 is the highest number. So I wanted to know the highest selling item so that if I run my program, item B will come up as an output.
Okay, item B will come. So this one I need to do it in Java,
Right.
right? Okay. Let me think what we can do. Okay. Hmm. So this is from the first only you are expecting me to like write the basics code and
Yes, yes.
like to create the entity class and then using the getters and setters to call it and check the things like that only, right?
Yeah, it's up to you. You can use class, you can use hash map,
Hmm.
whatever you want.
Okay, so I was thinking like first I will create an entity class, okay, which will be like menu item like that, which holds that item name and item price.
Okay.
Okay, now storing purpose, I will use definitely a map. Okay, I will use hash map only. Okay,
Mm.
and then uh, I will be finding the highest value, right? So I will be iterating through the map and finding the highest cell values like
Yeah,
that.
but if you are using the object, right, an entity,
Hmm.
then why even you need the map? You don't need the map, right?
1 minute. You mean to say if I am using
If you're
like
using your
hash
object,
map? Huh?
then even you
Okay.
don't need the map, right? Map we
Yes,
use the
in that case, array list will be only fine where I will use this menu item
right.
as the object.
Yeah, right.
Like that you are saying, right? Okay, I thought like why map, I thought like this item b, how many quantity also I thought, but quantity you are not saying, only the highest item you are saying. Okay, in that case I can use list.
Yeah. Quantity part I already consumed. I even didn't give you that part.
Okay, 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 shall I start writing?
Yeah, yeah.
No quantity. Okay, let me I'll be creating one constructor also. Sorry, let me take it as intern. I'll be so the getter setters also I have to write, but as of now I'm not writing because I'll write as per the requirement. Okay, that I will use. Uh, Let me think that. Hmm. What I'm going to is like mm, mm, so I will take the list and I will check on which one price will be more. That will be only my the item type. Right? So let me go list and let me okay. So yeah. So this is the list I'm taking. Now let me create a construct. And now I will in the plastic public mm, public so in this what I will do is so first I will take the okay and in this I'll keep um, so this one I need to check it I'm thinking that for it right so what I will check is like okay, so I'm trying to iterate through that list and checking that which one will be the maximum highest item. So created this menu item. Menu item I wanted to store it in list. I have stored it in list. Now I don't have the item number. Only I have the price and I have the name. So through the list I need to iterate and I will check where the price of this item will be highest.
I think you have to write the your main function. Where is your main function?
Yeah, main is here. This one.
Okay.
This one I need to add the things you mean to say, right? Like I'll create the list and accordingly I'll add. But I was thinking at the first the means writing the logic like how we are. You want me to write the this main function at the first, like adding the items at the first?
Even the processing also, right? Okay, processing also you are saying that from that class you will call, from that
Yes.
function you will be using. Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. It's up to you. That's fine.
Okay. So. Okay. So. mm, mm, mm. This one I have taken in another list. Now this menu item type I'm moving. Okay, and I have taken like this hairstyle. Or do I need it? No, I don't need it. Mm, the thing is, I have suppose I have this. Just let me think, someone. I've done some mistake because menu item is getting done. Okay. Now I have this one. Okay. In this, I have this menu items, and which is this is okay. Let me name it something different. Menu items, let me take the menu items. Now I have this. I have this one. This what I will do is like main one only. Let me think. First, let me create the items. One menu list. So so this I will do the add. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So here I need a add one. Okay. So that I'm thinking, do I need to write this as add item? I think I should write a add item here. Yeah, that one I was missing. I was thinking like how I will do that. So it will be add.
Oh, you can still use your constructor also, right? So at the item.
Mm, constructor I have defined it normally like to create the array list. Okay, now what I was thinking, like I will do that these menu items dot add, and then I will add one by one item, like that I was thinking. Sorry.
No menu item. If you price the name and price, then your object will be created, right?
Yes, object is created fine, but I was thinking like these dot menu items dot add if I will do, and in this I will pass this item like this I will do, and then this add menu item I will call it here, and I will add accordingly. Is it fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. String, I'm missing it somewhere. The menu item only I have added, right? So list is menu item I have created. Then this start menu I will list. And this the issue. Why do I need why it is asking for this way. Uh-huh. I'm creating
The add menu item, what is your function? What is your,
yes,
that is different, right? You are
yes,
passing to string and integer, but your add menu item is accepting menu item object.
yeah. 1 minute. Let me think that. So this add menu item, I'm adding the menu item object, right? But menu item object is string and integer only, right? So no, see, I have created this add menu item, right? Inside add menu item, I have given this menu item, right? So menu item should be expecting a name and price, means string and integer only, right? So then it
Then first
should
you have to create the menu item, right? Where you are creating the menu item.
menu items. I'm creating it.
You have to create the object, right? Menu item object. How you are going to create?
Hmm. Okay, let me create another class. I think this one I'm missing something. I will copy the things only. Okay. So this is the thing. Here I am creating one more class, which is my menu item. Menu item. Okay. Now next I have this mm, with menu items only. I am creating a list, and I will be creating a constructor. Right? So this one I am keeping as menu item. Okay. I'll be creating one constructor as well. So this is the constructor. Okay. So restaurant menu. This is my constructor. Now next what I will try to do this addition. I'll do the addition. Okay. In this add what I am doing, I am trying to create this dot menu items dot item, and that item I am keeping it. Okay. Later on I will create that highest one. Okay. First let me concentrate in this. So here if I will create like restaurant menu, I will create the object of this. Okay. Equal to new restaurant menu. It is taking. Okay. Now I want to add this. So menu dot add. Yes, it should work. Now if I have a 800. Yes, still I'm doing the mistake. I have created this admin item. It is returning for. Okay. But I want to give. I want to give that. I want to give this menu item itself as the thing, right? So why it is asking me like this menu item? Okay, let me change it. Okay. it will not work. Already I have taken it as a list. Then how it will be like this? Step. Okay, string. Missing something here. I'll pass it. But I created this list as menu item. Now I'm actually a little bit here stuck. Like I have created this menu item. Okay, menu item list. Okay, where already I have defined like this class, this is string and int. Right now I'm trying to create an add menu on top of it. So if I will pass this menu item only as an item in that, and I'll pass inside add, it should work, right? Means. Can you give me some move forward for this? I don't know. Means maybe some silly mistake I'm doing in this, but
Yeah, so here you are trying to add the menu, right? So
yes,
where you are creating your menu item, that you are not creating, right?
this menu item I'm creating
Where you are
like
putting the object,
here restaurant menu.
that is restaurant menu object, not
Huh?
menu item object. So this line contains list of menu item.
Hmm.
Further, you have to create the menu item object, right? Not here, where you are passing the value in the main function. You can write no, menu item is equal to new menu item, and then you can pass the values to the constructor.
Okay. Got it. Got your point. Hmm.
Not here. This is fine. This is fine.
Okay.
From where you are going to set the value? There.
Here I am going to in the
Yeah, there
main
you have
method.
to create the menu item. That those menu item you can add to your menu items.
Okay, and you are saying from here I will add this. Okay.
Exactly.
A, and I will make it if 800. 800, and this is the thing, and menu one, like that I will keep menu dot add all menu items in that menu one, and like that I will, okay, yes, I can do like this. Okay, I got confused. Sorry. Three, and three should be 0, then it has 500, 900, yeah. So it should be 2, 3, 4. Control V, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right. Okay. Now, so this is the things. Let me create the method where I will check the price. Take public static. Mm, I will create a method, right? So here let me keep the type as new items only. Let me create the new items like highest item like that should be. Let me write like mm, new item dot get of 0. Let me keep. Okay. in this what I'm going to see like the items.
Why you are doing date zero?
Uh, I am first try to write with the first one only. Let me just write down the logic and then I will come to the means I will write a for loop and I will iterate through it. So mm, I'm just taking. Let me my menu item let the get zero part I'm taking, and then I will have this menu item price. Menu item token. Let me take menu item items and then this menu items. And in this what I will do, I'll try to check if this item dot I need to have so click on and and I will do this. I will return this and in this I will do the price. So if it is like this get price, I need to check like this highest item price. So I'll compare like that and then I will replace like highest price one. I'll take like highest price item like item. So one by one I will replace like this. Okay, and then this is done. Then I will return this highest one. Like this I was thinking and so this whole things mm, mm. So let me create a class here. Oh, sorry, let me create a method here. Public menu item, which is find created before and highest selling item and highest selling item and then this and then inside this control X control V. Yeah, like this I was thinking. Now in the main one what I can do is like item that I will so I have to put again highest price item equal to this method highest find item. Okay, here I am getting it and now I will pass like system data put internet this highest price item. No. Yeah,
Can you run it?
in 1 minute. One minute. Yeah, item B.
Okay. Okay, fine. Uh, so I'm giving you another scenario.
Yes.
Suppose suppose I have a web application. I have a portal basically, and in that portal I have two page, maybe one user page, one admin page. Okay, and both are kind of protected pages or gated pages. Like suppose if I hit any page and that is behind the login, then basically I can see the login page, right? So
Hmm.
after login, I generally redirect to the corresponding page. Okay.
Hmm.
So suppose I am a user, I hit the admin page,
Hmm.
so login screen comes up. I did the login, but then
Hmm.
after that, I am going to the error page telling that okay, you don't have access, you are not authorized to access this page. Okay. So if I wanted to design it, how you are going to design?
Okay. So let me just try to understand. Like, uh, I have a web app. In that, I have a login page, and login can be two type of user. One is user, another one is admin. So these two authorization we will be doing. So once the user or
Authentication plus authorization. Yes.
authentication plus means the username and the login with that means username and password with that we will check what kind of user it is and then we will be redirecting to corresponding is user page or admin page. But in
Right.
this case what we are doing in this case we are saying that admin or the user is not authorized means the authentication is not correct, maybe the password or maybe the username is not
Authentication is
correct.
correct, but authorization is not correct because as an user, I am trying to access the admin page.
Okay, so here user is trying to access the admin page.
So suppose
Okay.
I have an admin.html, I am trying to edit the admin.html, and
Hmm.
that login screen comes up. I gave my credential, but as I am not an admin, I will see the error page.
Okay. So let me clear something like this should not be the project architecture, right? Like at the first, when we have the login page, in that we are going to give the username and password.
Hmm.
So with username and password behind the scene, authentication is happening, right? So once the authentication is happening, so it will check it is user or admin. So
Hmm.
if user is there, then if it is an user, so it will not give the access of the admin page. But you are saying user is directly hitting the page of means slash admin and
Right.
then it is trying to get the things, right?
Right.
So in that means I was thinking like if we have done the role based access control, in that case we no need to go for this, like we can protect the page by checking the user role itself and accordingly we will be giving the access, right?
Right. So, but in the role-based access control also, how you are going to feed the role-based access control here? Yeah,
Hmm.
you are right. Role-based access control only you have to use. But
Hmm.
what is your implementation? Because hitting a URL, no one has any control, right? I can hit any URL,
Yes, yes.
but then how
Hmm.
you are going to give that error page?
Okay, so if this user is trying to access the page for admin which is not authorized, then in that case we will be redirecting to like 403, some forbidden access, kind of like that.
What about forbidden access, or maybe some we can define a nice, fancy error page and we can show the message, right? Anything
Oh.
is fine. But I am not focusing on the UI part. I am
Hmm.
focusing on more of the backend side of how
Backend side
the
of.
role-based authentication as well as the role-based access control, how you are going to use it.
Hmm. Okay, so in that case, we need to create a configuration class and we need to enable the web security as per from the project from the coding perspective. I am saying okay, and in that we can define inside configure method like if it is has having the role of user. In that case, we are going to a logout request or some error we are going to show like that. You mean to say? Am I going correct? Like I was saying, like using with the help of Spring Security, we can achieve it. Okay. So what I am trying to say, like first we will authenticate the user credential, right? we will create the session for user role information. Okay, now if user is trying to hit the session, we will check everywhere that if role matches whatever that page required, then grant access, otherwise we will redirecting to 403. So for that we will be creating at the rate configuration and at the rate enable web security, and in that using configure method we can provide our, means in that we will be passing this http security, that we will be giving the, means we will be writing our logic on that code perspective, I'm saying.
Okay. Now consider I am an user. I
Hmm.
logged in the user page only. I logged in
Okay.
and I can see the user page only, right? So I have a
Okay.
session. Okay. I have a user session. Now,
Okay.
so I am already in the user page, user.html, right? Now I
Okay.
modified the URL and type the admin.html. Now how I will restrict it? Because I have already acquired the session. So now I am trying to access the admin page. How I will understand that no, this session is not a proper session for accessing the admin page.
Okay. So you mean to say I have already logged in as a user.
Right,
Once I have logged in, after that I am trying to access the admin page.
right,
At that case, how we are going to handle it?
right.
Okay, okay, got it. Let me think. I have the user already has logged in. In that case, okay. So I have already logged in as user, but after that I am trying to hit the admin page with that admin whatever the URL is there. Uh, okay, that to prevent that kind of mm, so definitely we need to write our own custom class for that. Okay, so where I need to check like okay, so what we can do now here, we will be we can create our own custom access denied handler kind of one class. Okay, so that we'll create a bin of that, and then some method we will create where we will handle these things. So if we are sending the request and response from it, and we will also throw some exception on top of it. So what we will check now, we will check like if the, no, that also I need to give the things right. How I can going to give that? Hmm.
Okay, let me give you another scenario. That's fine.
Okay.
Basically, what we have to do here is we have to has need to do some kind of validation on the session. So
Session, yes.
right.
Yeah.
So for generating the session, we have to regenerate the session token. Have you
Yes.
heard about salt or hash? So that basically used to regenerate the session and that will verify. While
Okay.
renewing the session, we have to verify this user session is valid or not.
Okay. 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 Like if I have JWT token, so in that case, that token is validated for that admin role or not.
JWT token is separate. JWT token is a public, right? If
Okay.
you can also decrypt that. You can if you write to jw.io, you can anyway see what is the
Hmm.
data you are carrying, right? So that
Hmm.
you are anyway see.
Hmm.
But somehow we have to regenerate it. So for that, we should have some kind of mechanism that okay, I from here I'll pass a salt value, and from backend also I'll generate the same salt value, and then based on that I'm going to revalidate that okay,
Okay.
this is a proper salt value or not, or during validating the salt value I'll again check okay what is the role this user should have to access that page.
Okay. 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 I
Anyway,
will check on this.
uh,
Yeah.
okay, let's consider one second.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let's consider in the same scenario. Let's consider now I am admin. I logged into the admin page only. Okay.
Okay.
Now in the admin page, I have a browse button of uploading one Excel file.
Hmm.
Okay. And in that Excel file, I basically upload the employee information, means employee email ID, first name, last name, like that. Okay.
Okay. So you have the access for the adding employee as well, adding and updating. In CRUD operation we can do.
Yeah. So first hear me out. So
Okay.
basically I am just uploading one Excel. That Excel I have the employee ID, employee email ID, first name and last name.
Hmm.
Okay. So and that Excel can have maybe 50,000 record or 1 lakh record or maybe 100 record. And there
Hmm.
goes, so there is no limitations. It can upload
Hmm.
bulk amount of data, right?
Hmm.
So now the ask is I uploaded the Excel. So I click on submit. After that, it will go to the next page where I can see some grid. One grid I'll be able to see. Okay. And in that grid, I'll be seeing whatever the data I have uploaded, plus it will go and query the data based on the employee email ID from the database and show me the result. Okay, this is the data came from database and this is the data uploaded from Excel, and it will highlight in red or maybe some color that if there is any mismatch. Okay, so suppose I have uploaded 10 records. So 10 records, it will go and paste the data from DB, and also it will compare whatever the data I have uploaded, the same data is there in the DB or not. Okay,
Okay.
and if it is matching, then fine. If it is not matching, then it will highlight. Okay,
Okay.
so here I told you about 10 records, but it can be 10, it can be 100, it can be 5,000, 50,000, anything.
Hmm.
Okay, and also I need to have a search option in that page so that I can search by the maybe first name or last name of the employee. Okay,
Okay.
so if I
Okay.
want you to design this, how, what is your thought process? How you are going to handle?
Okay. Let me think once. Imagine then find files, write and also okay, so this is from UI perspective or from the backend perspective I will be highlighting more.
Backend perspective.
Backend perspective,
Yeah.
right?
What I'm talking about backend perspective only. Basically sending the data and
Huh.
maybe giving some flag that it is matching or not. Completely backend perspective. UI
Hmm.
I'm just telling so that you can foresee the scenario.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Backend perspective. I need to do that. So for that, what I can do? Okay. So first I will be creating a MVC model for it. Okay. So suppose I have the employee as an entity class. Okay. And I should be having an employee controller. I should be having an employee service. Employee controller for redirecting the means requests like if I want to do the upload of the file or for that we will mainly use that controller, and service we will write all the business logic kind of
So
stuff.
basically you are
Okay.
saying that you will be having one API.
Yes,
You will
I'll
be
be
having
having
one
on REST API.
REST
Yes.
API to upload the Excel.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so what will be the type? What will be the your body there?
Okay, so first this controller will be at the rate REST controller. Okay, for that like I want to parse an Excel, right? So in that case, to use that okay, that Excel, for that we can use Apache POI. Okay, to read that Excel file, and then we will convert these Excel rows into some employee object. That
Okay,
model I have already created, right? So
okay.
like that I can do. Then database part I will do the setup in this if it is a bulk data for better performance we will go for batch processing from JDBC, or else we can go with JPA. We will create our
Yeah, can you
DAO
please
class.
elaborate more on that? Suppose you have parsed the Excel, okay?
Hmm.
So maybe you have 50,000 records now, right?
Hmm.
50,000 employee email IDs, right?
Hmm.
Now you are going to query the database for these 50,000 records. Somehow you have to pull up the data and doing the match and then send the response back,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
what will be your approach? How you are going to do that?
Okay, am I allowed to write the controller how it can go like that?
So I'm not that much interested in the coding part here
Okay,
because maybe overall design is also good. If you tell me
okay.
the concept, what you are thinking, that is also good.
Okay, so what I'm thinking in the REST controller, I will create a like a means handle five upload like that one method which will be annotated with at the rate post mapping. So a post one only because we will be sending the file, right? So that we will send as a part of at the rate request param and we will be sending it. Okay,
Hmm.
now I will create one more means service class, suppose say file processing service, where we will be mainly creating the business logic that we will be checking the means if everything comparison was we will be checking, right? So the list of one employee we will be taking that parcel parse excel file, I think that was the method
Yeah,
where
that's
we
fine.
will be,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that
so
that
maybe now you consider from you have a list of employee email IDs.
hmm,
Okay. Now next part, we focus on the next part.
okay,
So parsing part is done. I
hmm,
got you have a API, you got the Excel, you parsed it. Now you already have the data, 50,000 data you have.
yes.
Now what is the next part?
Okay, now I will create one more method which will be suppose say compare with database with the employees. So there also I will be taking suppose say a list. In that I will do a I will take a means again I will start comparing one by one the things like comparison logic. I am thinking like I'll be suppose I'm taking an array list only in that case. So for DBM, if I am thinking from the JPA perspective, I'll create an employee DAO in that case. I will check like dot find by ID, and then from that Excel employee, I will just get ID, and every time I will check it. So I will create a logic like if it is not equal to that Excel employee dot equals that DB employee. In that case, I will add the result in the comparison result list, and that I will return as the result.
So are you going to fetch all the records at one shot?
Already we have taken now with the form of list, and now I will be just comparing. Okay, no, you mean to say from the DB how we are going to compare?
Yeah, how we are going to fetch all the data?
So in that case, see, I was thinking like simple JPA. So in simple JPA, I have already the employee DO, right? And I will just do like find by ID. So in that find by ID, inside that I will be giving already that Excel employee dot get ID, right? So it will check in the DB table itself if that ID is exist or not. If it exists, it will give me the data. If not, it will not.
Okay, so you are saying that you will be passing all the employee email IDs at one shot and you
Huh.
are going to get all the records at one shot.
Yes, all the records from the Excel I will be already I have got in one
So
method.
from DB,
Okay.
from DB
Ah,
only. Okay.
no, not from the DB. DB I am not going to get the data. DB I am saying I will directly this find by ID is internally it's a custom query it is running, right? So it will check by ID like select employee name from the employee table where ID equal to the ID means Excel ID equal to the DB ID. This kind
But
of one query
no,
will
but
be.
why I'm emphasizing on that? You have 50,000 record, right? So you
Hmm.
will be calling 50,000 times.
Yeah, that will be a problem. So that how can we do the? I got it. I got the point. Like if it is a bulk data, in that case it will be a problem. How we can improve that one? Okay, in that case we can do one thing. Like DB data, we can take it in a cache. Okay, for
Whole DB data.
no whole
What is the
DB data.
use? Cache and DB is
What?
same.
Yeah. No, that will be also not useful, right? Throughout the program, that will be also not much useful. Uh, mm, okay, we can do one thing. This 50,000 Excel data we are getting, right? If
Hmm.
we'll do batch processing like 500 data rather than entire data into the memory at a once, then we will do the batch queries like that if we'll do.
So basically you are saying, okay, I'll be I'll be
taking
Uh,
500 data.
so each
Okay.
batch will be having 500, and you will call the data how? Sequentially?
Like if instead of querying database for each record, for batch queries we will do that.
Yeah, batch query I understand. Maybe
Hmm.
50,000 record I told. Maybe in each batch you have maybe 500 records, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
like this, maybe you have 100 batch, right?
Yeah.
So now 100 batch, how you are going to call? You are going to call in multi-threaded mode, or how you are going to sequentially you are going to execute?
So for that, mm, for that, we will be creating an connection pool definitely, okay, to manage the database connection efficiently. But we should also be sure like this database table is properly indexed on the columns that we are
Okay.
searching the query, right? So once it is indexed means it
So
will
your
be all
database column is indexed, and you
yeah.
you have connection pool. So now
Hmm.
you are going to run 50 batches,
Hmm.
or maybe 100 batches parallel,
Hmm.
right?
So yeah.
Yeah, then you got the record from 100 batches.
Hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
consider that. Then what
Hmm.
is the next step? How you are going to send the response?
Okay, so for that we need a multi-threaded environment only because we need to
So
means
consider you have everything. You have a supercomputer.
okay,
You have everything. Infrastructure wise, there is no problem. You have everything.
okay. Mm, then we will be okay. Then we will be able to do it right. Like
Okay, so
as
you are saying that okay, you will get all the data. Then how you are going to concatenate all the data? That is my question.
okay, how we are going to concatenate that data? So
Or you are thinking some asynchronous way of sending the
I
data.
was thinking that only asynchronous way we will be doing that. So like as some like very large data set now we can use some queue system like if we have some RabbitMQ like that to handle the data in distributed manner.
Okay, so you are saying you are going to push all use instead of giving in the API response,
Yeah,
you are going to push the data in the queue.
queue, and from that queue if we will take it in a distributed manner like if the data means if the already id is there in that case we will not do anything or else we will means if the data exists we will make it like a red like it's already exist that part we will do as part of front end.
Okay. On the similar line, let's consider we must have means you must have used any kind of booking site, right? Maybe
Same kind of
any kind of booking site, right? Maybe Make My
yes,
Trip or Clear Trip,
yes,
anything
yes,
we are
yes,
using, right?
yes.
So let's consider Make My Trip. Okay. So I
Okay,
have a list of hotels for maybe one city, XYZ city. Okay. So now in number of users are coming and trying to book the particular hotel room. Okay.
okay.
And that hotel maybe 100 rooms are there. Okay. So now how we are going to handle the race condition?
How I am going to handle the
How you are going to handle this booking? That's my point. Because you don't know
inside.
that how many users will be coming, and maybe some users started booking.
Hmm.
So what is your thought process? How you are going to handle that?
Okay, let me think. Like MMT app inside that I'm thinking with MMT only.
Yeah,
So
anything is fine.
yeah, so MMT app inside that so many users are coming. Okay, and now we need to handle the booking, right? So we need to like means this first of all we should have some database transactions. So in that using the transaction we'll be means we'll be checking like entire booking is getting success or entire some bookings are getting failure. So we need to check the dirty reads also. We need to check the non-repeatable read also. So these are the things we need to do, right? So okay, how we are going to handle that situation? So
So
for
at the
that,
very
I'm
first moment, what you are going to do? At the very first moment, what you are going to do to have to restrict that no overbooking, or maybe what I'll say, give the proper message to the user that no rooms are available, or
Hmm.
even my rooms are available, user should not get, okay, there is no room. So how we are going to handle that?
Okay. Okay. So that we can do. Uh, okay, let me think somewhat. Like, okay, in that case, we will go for some locking mechanism. Like if we will implement some uh, optimistic lock. So in that case, each record will be having one version number, right? So while updating our record, we will check if the version number has changed. Seen it means it is already read. So it means another process can modify the record. So the current transaction should be aborted, like that if we will check. So like if that kind of approach we will go, then conflicts.
Version part, I didn't get it fully.
Okay, so I am thinking like uh, okay, let me make it more clear. Like, I need to check the availability of the booking, right? Means everything, like when a user is initiates a booking process, the system should query the current availability of the status of the room, right? So it should be checking, means check should be like it should be close to uh, means for that particular time the checking should be closed to ensure the accuracy, right? So I need to implement the backend API in the such a way, like which will be checking the availability of the room, okay, from the database. So here the database query should be designed like accurately like reflect most of the current state of the room availability. Okay, now while handling the unavailability, if the room is no longer available, so I need to inform the user immediately with a clear message that room is already booked for this period. Okay, and provide the
But suppose I am, when you are going to convey that message, room is booked, right? When the room
hmm,
is booked, then only you have to show that message, right? So our
yes,
100 users are checking the availability, so
hmm,
but no one has booked. So then all are available.
okay,
So that time,
in that,
hmm.
yeah, in that case we will go for transaction management. We will check the transaction propagation level. We will handle the process within a transaction to ensure that checking and booking operation atomic, means we can maintain the atomicity like that. So we have different kind of propagation, right, for transaction. So that we will handle and we will do like that.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So you worked in microservices.
Yes.
So suppose in this particular transaction, maybe I have
Hmm.
multiple microservices involved, right? Maybe inventory microservice, then maybe booking. One
Yeah.
microservice maybe for availability check, right?
Yeah.
One maybe booking, one maybe payment, and
Hmm.
one maybe order completion, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
suppose in this entire flow, let's consider a happy flow, right? So
Hmm.
my availability is there, my booking is also went through, right?
Yes.
But maybe
Yes.
payment failed. By any chance, payment failed, right?
Okay.
So then, how payment failed means in terms of it is not a user credibility problem. Like
Hmm.
user has sufficient balance, or
Hmm.
API is also working fine, but
Hmm.
in something technical issue happened, and that's why payment failed, right?
Okay.
So how you are going to debug that? Like where exactly it has been failed? Because there are so many microservices are involved for multiple transactions, right? Or maybe a
Hmm.
single transaction also.
Yes.
So how you are going to understand or debug that?
Okay.
Maybe one
Uh,
transaction failed, but another transaction passed, right? It might be a
hmm.
temporary issue. Something happened. How we are
Hmm.
going to handle that?
Okay. So I will be having already the logging system, right, inside the microservices.
Yeah, but each
So,
microservice has their own law, right?
yes.
Yeah, but how do you understand? Okay, my A, B, C, D microservices are involved.
Hmm.
Maybe one transaction failed in microservice C, another
Hmm.
transaction might be failed in microservice B. How you are going to easily track it? Because there are so many transactions are going on.
Yes. Hmm. See, in that case, I need to check the inter-service communication as well, right? So I need to verify if there were any issue between communication between the booking service or the
So
payment
let's say
service. Yeah.
service was okay. Service is up and running.
Okay. So you are saying payment itself it's failing.
Yeah, any technical issues, maybe consider one null pointer check, right?
Hmm.
But how you are going to track the transaction, that these null pointer, or maybe there can be 10 null pointer in for 10 different transactions. But how you are going to track one specific transaction? What is the main issue for this transaction?
Okay. So in this scenario, you mean to say there will be a particular payment service means payment processing has been failed,
Right.
and we are trying to debug the same thing and how we are going to means check what are the issue has been happened
Yeah,
in
and what are
during
the issue
payment.
has been happened, and how I know that my payment issue is in the payment. Issue may be in the order also, right? Because my whole transaction has been failed and rollback happened.
Okay, okay. So. Hmm. So this payment will be means we I am thinking like payment is our service only, but first I need to go up to payment only, right? So where this payment has been done. Okay, so in that case, what we will do first, we will check the logs. Okay, we will be having for each means each microservices we will be having its logs, right? So from that we will be tracking that flow, and we once the flow we are getting like it is payment service, then internally we will be means checking the things, okay, means what and all happened in the payment service. So is if it is considering the payment service, then we need to inside payment service also we need to examine the logs, like if any errors or exception occurs during the time of the failure, that we need to check. So we need to do that. So now if we um, there will be some correlation id will be implemented, right? So we
Mhm.
need to use them to trace the entire flow if there is any failed transaction across the various services, so that we can check. Okay, then we can check like I mentioned, right, we are using zipkin, so that can help that visualizing that path where means where this request has been passed through different services, that we can see. Okay, and suppose if we are going with some external dependency, like if we have reserve pay for as the payment gateway, in that case means we need to check any errors has been written from that third party also or not, or we need to check that network connectivity as well, if there is some timeout issue before the payment service and the external service or not. And then then okay, one more thing we can check, like if we have latest some deployment or updates we have done, so for that changes if our payment service is getting affected or not, that we can check. Also one more most important part what we can check in actuators, like we need to check the cpu memory and disk users also, as per that resources are there. Okay, and also we need to check like if there is increment of the that response time which might indicate any performance issue, that also we need to check. And also database side also we need to check like if the service means properly interacts with the database for each transaction or not. If by this also we are means trying to means get the issue, then next process should be we should reproduce the issue with the bulk data only, and then means we should reproduce it in our test environment, and then accordingly we should work closely with different teams, like if payment service is a different team, then if some changes required in that, we can go,
Okay.
or else if external third party like resort pay and all only some issue is there, then we should communicate with them, and once the issue is fixed, we can accordingly deploy in our production server.
Okay. I think fine, Sohini. I think we are
Yeah,
over time also. Uh,
yeah, no problem
but
for
it
that.
was a nice interaction. Thanks for
Yeah,
your time.
yeah,
I will pass on my feedback to HR. Okay. By
okay.
the way, do you have any question for me?
Yes. So first of all, thank you so much for an elaborative interview. I means I'm not asking you directly interview feedback, but if you at least give me some areas where I need to improve myself more, then it will be benefit for my next level. If just 1 2 points, if you mention, I will work more on that.
I think I'm not supposed to give you that part,
Okay.
but overall, I think a little bit more area brush up on the system design part, or
Yeah.
maybe multi-threading, how you
Yes.
can, because you are telling many things, but you are not focusing, or you are not very much confident on that part, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, this is the answer, something like
Okay.
that. Because the
Okay.
more you will talk, the more area interviewer will try to explore. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
rather you should more pinpoint to fix that particular issue, because
Yeah.
you should think of like, I have a client and I'm coming to you for a solution. So how
Okay.
you will going to kind of giving me a solution, rather than asking client, okay, what is your thought process? Right?
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
like that. But it's not. It is a generic point. I am just telling.
Hmm. Hmm.
Might not be very much closely aligned with you, but whatever it is, that's
Yeah.
my initial impression.
Yeah. Yeah. I will surely work on it and give my best if I will get a chance
Yeah.
to means work with full ability. I will try my best.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Sohini.
Yeah. Hi.
All
Hi.
right. Okay, Sohini, so you can leave the Zoom. Komal or I will call you back again for the feedbacks. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Bye. এ ভাই আমি এত সিস্টেম ডিজাইনিং জানলে থোড়ি আমি হাই লেভেল জিজ্ঞাসা করলে আমি বলতে পারবো যে লো লেভেল তাও যে তুমি আমার একদিন ছিলে বলে পাশ থেকে ম্যানেজারের কাছ থেকে দু তিনটে ফোনে ম্যানেজার এই ফোন থেকে এই ফোন থেকে আমার দুঃখ হবে আমি যদি এই যেতে আমি আমার তার দুঃখ চিনতে পারে না আমি এটা আমি জানি আমি তো বড় বড় জায়গায় কাজ করলে আমি জানতে পারবো কি করবো বলো আমার তো কিছু করার নেই না ওই যে আমাকে সাইড বললো যে ফাইল আপলোড করছে তো ইন্টারভিউ দিয়ে সেটা বলে তুই দেখে এখন যারা বিদেশি কথা শোন কিন্তু প্রচুর কিছু কনসেপ্ট তৈরি করছে আরে আমি যখন উত্তর দিচ্ছি বা তোকে বড় বড় প্রশ্ন করছি বলে না ভালো লাগলে অনেকক্ষণ হয়ে যাবে আরে কি করছি বলতে আমি একটা ফোনে চ্যাট জিপিটি দিয়ে তোকে ছেড়ে দিচ্ছি দিয়ে আরেকটা ফোনে ওইটাকে রিফ্রেশ করে ওইটাতে নিচে যাচ্ছি যে সেখানে আবার টাইম মেরে আবার তোকে একটা ফোনও দিতে ওই ফোনটা বার করে নিচ্ছি ওকে তো আমি বলতে পারছি না ভাই আমি এত ভালো এনভায়রনমেন্টে কাজ করতে পারার জন্যই তো আমি জবটা খুঁজছি এটা মানে মিক্সড আছে 60% হ্যাঁ 60 40 যদি ইন্টারভিউ অ্যাড করে দেয় তাহলে পজিটিভ এসে যাবে 70%